o send on no wires na or a very thin wires.
Okay.
We use. And one plugs na especially one plug no. Onda one plug na ya ota also so papa. The plugs no so ono so no onam there the power no so ninti. Sometimes eso cramp na waji po. Bebre Christmas asu bebre ja waba bi o hwa no fi dem Christmas light na onu po no ye the maza and na afen so no za ebe to me aka won so nye dey say use wo Christmas light obi anka dem men use but say e wa around onu use e use so ape e bia say nya stabilizer botu my another fridge guard mpa onu na yi no wo so botu me za ama na it's a blog in ama say ebia current no okosura na obefom kakra wetum wa regulating and so say enyi onu bi so kwampo na say rekwa aka da make sure the edundumu bibia wo fie na etutu plugs din na is egu ama nka fa aturenchen bia nfa ho e wo dey bia enyi wonyanko bi require na bibi dama make sure that wo fans wo friend and wo appliances bi wo fie wo bia no edum etutu plugs and san ebopo ya epay so we light no outside neighbor so fine and also but always inside nezin make sure they drink bibia no factory change biara on farm go afen so na use we friend and gases na no kan wo fie no so no say is dwuma bia before e bezi dwuma na be ye ways ban mpo no ko wo gas no ko hwe say wo knobs ni na wo off positioner say ni na we dundum na ansana akwa wo regulator no akwa so regulator no ansana baba bohwehwe wo matches nya wo matches wie na say we friend and eso wo matches na ansana e dey for bena no na egwe memgwe bena na nka de banana e kwa hwehwe wo matches ana bibi dem e baba na gas no we fi ma wa ba gas nso ada ma no we ya hometo kase nye dey so no say o start do leak ade bia o tefo e better the gas o leak na cheda wa fofo won teri ma wa ba so into the little we friend the naked fire na dey jebi o ho bia no obotum wa hyeso na we
Right. Ebenezer, let's see this. If one mention in terms of naked fire, but before that, what is naked fire? And adding up, at Christmas, you could see the knockouts everywhere you go. Can we limit this knockout issue, or can we ban it, or what Asperian supposed to do on this knockout issue?
With the issue of knockouts, although it helps to make the Christmas fun, because of its negative implication, we can advise parents to limit the purchase. There are some you can just buy it and just you put it on, you just throw it away, just one shot. That's all. But there are others too. It goes straight up and it causes huge effects. So we ask that the parents can buy the knockouts for their awards, but they should buy the normal ones. They shouldn't go beyond or because of we are having fun, so they will buy expensive ones just to make the whole thing. They should be careful because of this naked fire you also mentioned earlier on. Or there could be a regulation by the government.
Yeah.
Although it generates income, but we can limit it.
Okay.
Buying knockout isn't the only way we can generate income or we can raise funds as a government. There are several ways of getting money. So limiting income wouldn't affect, limiting the purchase of knockout wouldn't affect the income of government. And it will not prevent us from also enjoying the Christmas. So we can do away with knockout, or we can limit the way we use our knockout.
Ebi, let's see this. When we start celebrating Christmas years back, but this knockout issue, it just recently popped up in terms of when we are celebrating Christmas. That shows we should have enough communication, enough relationship in terms of educating the public about the knockout issue, because always we are talking about knockout issue, but yes, people are purchasing it. Young people are throwing it here and there. Sometimes you could hear that they have thrown a knockout and it burns somebody's car, somebody's store. That shows they should do more education on that. Debbie.
Yes, a similar thing we are doing now.
Yeah.
We should, we in fire service, we go around, we do a whole lot of education. It is not only during December. Okay. We go around, anytime there are issues, we go around, we step in. Because we know what fire can cause. It can start at a little spark, but before you realize, if care is not taken, it can affect a whole house, a whole community.
If you share there, you to me to or your community to my home. The DBI, the DBI to me for the same. Now, tell me, Biano was obviously last 2 years, 3 years. Yeah, you know your cross, but now I'm close to Abra Catholic Church. You want a few bisu to marriage. Oh, here the year kwa sora. It's bring what I know to me. It's to him who he narrow. And I would to me a baby. And I would to me to be with fee. Let fee to me a question.
As a Korean there, say, Ijano, say, Nimpa will feel crano be so this. There have been occasions that Nimpa war in Denmark. I'm there about yesterday or 2 days ago at Kumasi. Mentia, a similar thing happened at Open Nimpa 6. Money now they were in the house. But, oh yeah, in Hanara Kwana for dry boy and woman. Eroko, a friend, and him there about Chapra, on them zinc and a kernel. Who be bio, who be a day dundum Libiano, dundum, now unplug it. Majority na you do. You feel there. Be on par or the ne or friend remote or the do TV or the way do what we do our pakada. But if the remote need to look at the TV is still working. And Nyansu in there and now swing electricity, electrical or friend systems and electricity. When shut down Yaza or you stable 24/7. There are certain times off or baba on. And then with that, if you answer electricity, what about doom now? What about light? Now about son current no ban or higher than normal current or bad. Into honor that most of times or say for one in Zama. Into airport, you there about Chapura. Let's say what TV and our fan. Won't the maybe sidra immediately. Na edun to me na etu to plots ni na is a few. Say fridge. And a wolf in a fridge on one more woman tea, and our freezer one more woman tea, and to Mundumana. At the BIA for education, may advise and for the fridge and say, or you don't behind your fridge guard or the book. Fridge guard, not only to regulate or friend, pressure or back or friend, socket no do. It is a fridge guard or shade. Let's say, be a way to light. That's why so na press parents no go higher. One of the fridge guard no or born into or regulating. Capem time or be normal and sana or besan will get back into it is up to us. The Yeroko, Yefia, the means the many na able to tune in is and I feel so no. Eya ija aza oma osho kase. On the general say fire or in the members on the bar, which is heat, a show, as I also fuel and oxygen and from mine and you breathe. Into say, Ebia, what then you say, January start, maybe I will talk right now, now, or the Honoma, or no so already now, the me a show no, as I also with this fuel no. Into introduce more air, and I then from my is rubber dynamo. Into an Obama was so more. But I to resim, I to a friend a wild boom out equa. Even though or start Dorisha on show Cassipi, or send a friend when young from Macasibiara or the Bosumna or Zado. And see, Yeroko baby, sir, or ye, they are about to him Abu, Naya to a friend. Yan into Kunonfa at renting Bianso on family.
Yesterday, I tired when I'm married intro and to make baby a weirba on to Montumomba. Why there, into me in front of plan into me another yard you harm this I am for ye I show because always yet when they will be here. I got to meet you for Fraba, Uncle you will be but young fire. I haven't talked about them.
I don't know. I'm the you never before you and the mindset. I did be a pay or friended. Yane Obani Yane safety, fire safety protection. We don't think much about it.
Okay.
Adebia Yane security na yajuno mukase. But as a Korean day, wo friend and wo burglar proof no a. Akwa kai ye bi ho no ma why burglar proof they twa no we hia masasa bi so na wo kada onfi dem a ontu no fi ho. But ayan so an ye we free day ija kesinara na day ewi kesinara oni ni ija. Osande say ewi oba wo fia me just do botum wa aseso wo nzama wo fie wo hina ozakọ unless they be a enyi ho ana de nyimpa na mpo ebia wona wo around wenyim de most messy nenyi panyin na ebia oseso onyem wa kada mi nyimpa no osemense so mo fon. But ewi ramba o mama fa wo bags a wo terugu wo nzama hina on fan ko. But it just say obotum wa fo bibia fa wara wonyimpa na e ka ho. Enti ade bia we do me yehu there as much as there you protect you from every or there say you protect you from fire. Eba fire service you were a LI 1724, which is a fire premises regulation act. What it says in your day, so Obia or Senedani Biano, or there was in a building plan or the back fire station. Now, yes, now with the means of escape. And our friend and a friend, the design of the house in Ocampo. Now, say, if you are limitations, you are Honoma, you to me advice, so now I ye. Baby said, how many people put a waste one than was about. Sometimes in waste way we and put a circle question, the Mazia, the me, a yan the man for bay, 1 year, was under 3 days. Oh no, Ijano or Yemba. Sometimes we do a honema, a moment, a day be a distinguisher, a crown, a bien po, for would deal with Umpono. Najaba, what a to say do Umpono. No, why a man should. Was I no bacacho then a extinguisher for all to extinguish 500 cities and 400 cities. No, boy, anything. But share is the amount of money is a sedan. Now, where I show what burglar proof now as no protected push amount of money is the main is a prison. Is a you have to think about all these things because I'm doing that about the security and continue Ijaba won't bet you.
Right, Ijaba won't bet you. Damina, ADO1 A4 matches. You saw tomorrow church. Yes, I saw there. Bia etumerehwe bia ende iwo oya Abra Market yepen oya Pocake Star Ventures Pocake Enterprise oho na etumi ya ata na fi etumi ejima na ma ebokodo na ya abo oya opanyi na ba de papa da wa ba mazina fi otumi ama ye kwan wa chese ndema hi na egugu nchanchen na osi Kosa TV ye ntumi na ye ntina ha na ye nkomo eyi oya odumje ejuma mpanyifo no ye nkomo I want to say, well, I have a market or what to motor papa. If it's a market, so one can the guesses and questions of them. What are automated mobile? Once year to incident. Says Sarati, yes, sure, the national commander now paying out your judgment the whole Ghana. Then she was to Butsu, visibly, or the how to Juma. Now, so young Shade, Yana, you turn as Gomono. Is the main sending to Juma, another automated, another yet to me again, Namara, another automated. It's a name. Now, young question say it just to be in terms of communication. You're about free, if it's an afraid, a friend at the Bacro between a bayan and son and Tumina Yaku name, or son a usual quantity pinyana, or doom judgment of one car about Babiana. If I had a particular on slow car into all a car for Abby. Let's see this. When we talk about fire issue, calling the fire service. Exactly what you're supposed to do before, or when you call, what suppose you should do before you give the message?
What normally happens is when there is fire at a place, we advise the public quickly they should call our hotline, that's 192. But sometimes they don't call 192, they end up calling a different line.
Okay.
So by the time the fire crew get there, they will start complaining, oh, fire service, my friend, my friend. Then we again ask, when the fire started, what number did you call? And there's a person who mentioned a different number. So we always give our numbers out, 192. When there is a fire and we call 192, it will go straight to headquarters. Then headquarters will just relocate the call to a nearest fire service station. So quickly they will link up and they will dispatch the crew to the fire, where the fire scene or the fire scene. So when the call comes, we ask of one, the location. Then two, probably the cause of fire or something. So basically, this is what we do as far as the communication is concerned.
And let me also add a little. Apart from even send our friend, your baby saw the in Zamano. First of all, as he said, your baby our friend, who's in or very important because or they who is the person offering. And I heard you was in a you bet your telephone number. What telephone number? Yeah, and Jim was on the ABI, but they be an actual one. I be with them. Yet, your telephone number. I must in case the ABI say location is Army Hen. You win a year, you to me from now directing ye. your bedroom location. And I ebi ya sanaji ebi the cause of fire. Ebi no electrical fire and or 30. So electrical fire, that means the friend electricity for my wardroom area for ama yetum yenya access na yetum. Na say who the type of cause of fire. On na area say you do one ma or there access what friend situation and sana is in suboguda is a good. Or na bi no mo ho na say oh na fire for power but one fire shamba. And but ye who cause no that there say ebia yakọ baby na fire isi. That's why electrical fire. Now can't no electrical fire. Here also here the main source of extinguisher or extinguishing medium on the insu. Once you need the insu and electricity on can. Into say who na says in subo buda, but to electrocute and uncle. You would then yan so even though a banner of one home button say, but resources I wasn't my hand. Yan PP that no come no enough. Into in the maybe or hon my do protect hand. Yeah. Sometimes in your na binu obia wo nti orokwa ebi o hye ne boot you say so nso kan definitely obotum electrocute nti ye hu da means the main na especially na so ye our friend and gas fires and so gas and so yeah or explode, so you also have to know how we go and then extinguish it. Nti say ye hu the type of fire in fact or difficult into them no do one man or there you assess situation and sana you are applying a new
right the better for us papa na yanko enayim na yansan so there eyan kra no afa police yankwa won chewe abafra no na atwenten bi esi won chena otum na wa abo nti afa police yanko da na first service yanko baby sa etum na abamazana na etum na afra no eyibabwa me etum na yakohinaim sa wa chodia abamazana hye ne so there odum ja ejuma ahoro yesa so UC sa one telephone number 020 538 8648 the maso kotokraba 0200 44 near basa 63 0200 44468 yako oye metro what's the kotokraba na huna wa kotokraba market is arwa metro so na huna wa metro assembly ni mwano international 0554 790 109 paid to headquarters 020 53 88644 the maso yako oye Elmina 020 53 88662 Mankesim 020 Mankesim zoko 53 8864 Abrodunko 029 17 13 159 nti bamazina na sanu hwe phone do na TV no phone da butuma abo repeat TV ni da abaso no ko nti sanu hwe biem na afi ntum yenko henayin yenye odum je adwuma pe fa yon hwe nkomo aho na wo hwe oye Abra market nti adwuma dino do so nti do pera nche fo ro bogba ha ubotu okura ka na wako ala ya asam sipa nti onche bi ja ho na no mo wako na mom ye bokọ na akohwe the markets are you to me you work. Abby, let's see this in terms of the instructions our commanders give it. We should monitor the market day in day out. A market woman will say now we have more security, so our personal securities they should maybe go because we cannot pay them because already the fire service people are there. Whether tender, whether no tender, you could see them they are moving around. How do you see this in terms of when we started implementing this? And how do you see the behavior of the market people?
They are responding although to some of our instructions, but some too they are not. They are failing to do so because a typical example is a fire extinguisher. Where we are now, we don't have to fight fire extinguishers. So we've advised market women that once there is a shop, once you are a food vendor, get a fire extinguisher in the shop, so that in case of any little spark, you can just use the fire extinguisher to put it off before fire service comes in. Because fire extinguishers, they are basically for initial fires.
Okay.
So once you have it, in a way, you are safe. When you use the fire extinguisher and you are not able to get through the fire, that's when fire service will quickly rush in. But if you don't have it, before we will get there, the fire has just totally spoiled or damaged everything. And sometimes too, we go around every morning or twice, 3 times a week. When we come to work, we don't only sit in the office. OIC is here. She dispatches its members or its crew, and we go around. We check every single shop to ensure that the right thing is done, especially the food vendors, because they use gas. So that's what.
Right. David Nabi to America, a book for Auntie, but if you don't come to Marco. Now, my better machine, Shannon Susre, FO4 now, Cosa TV Campus, Mosabaka, the Facebook and the YouTube, Nina to Nashe. The man soon as Elisha, what TV no desire. Now, the baby will be I was to make a Biaran. I want our Western region. I want our Eastern region. The man soon a 50 months for soon and no no. The mamma's in the field to answer and so there. Cosa TV or Hot to Mazamo. They get answer 514. I put him now a share the automobile Codina. Bosuma, you with me, you bring your wisdom. In Terminadum, ya Babana, yet to me, Domitum Chunkomo, said now Apple Cake Ventures. I want you to meet today. Ghana fire service to Chunkomo. To ask about Mother Nephew, you may be a team, able to meet an amount. Now, put about 10 hours to say, able to Naba. We are ready for you. And say, if young shredder markets, that may be the canon. Zaya to me in Adam, my officer, quicker say, but moon to Mumbanizi. But you know, only in terms of sometimes they have communication, they are approach. Also, the baby, Omar, Mokota them pa, no Mussola Mashamati, because Obere, Mobota, them first service, Obera, Mobotona, and Metabatchen, and their behavior towards us, and that's entire Mankasi Bimo. So, I was inside the Mendamini how to move, because one of her hobby, no one better can why is in your church, Commander Carombra and Waba. And that yen to me and Kahiana, if I.
Sometimes how I had a mentality or thing.
Right.
So when you wait now, when you want to find sometimes they will feel the American if people want internet. I am pass and some people of America will feel the here baby internet. But as a friend, as I'm here there, and a man, I didn't be a monk of him, a catcher one. There, I may be better one about ones in America. And the America one in America, one them, what by 1 hour more than was it tissue. Sebi say, Yaman Pungu, but in Jericho market Hanoma. I remember Boduna at the end of the day, no, that's so my son, my headquarters, my Paka, that's not my image. But she would scar Waku. As an error Akaka Eriton. Shamba Erisha one. When the money now, Oshawa, at the end of the day, I be scanned as a bush of woman. I be scanned as a bush of way this year. Where were for an investment in Umpa, a quack a year. I be scanned, let's go put here. They're more friendly loans now, a quack a year. And see, oh yeah, I'm bamboo, and oil the oboe, but all the baby are them bright. Nimpa yet in your new settle. Aya, be no one as well as. And see, I can't say Mitchell one initially, but Yaba Hanam, and if you're Oya at it. Sometimes I could be in chan. No, mammy, when them was there, and yen ye, what to have. Some there are some of a catcher, some said, wow, but Oya, you marry. Into old baby or there a year. It's a uniform there, sometimes more with the everybody him there, everybody have a question on what they are doing. Ibona, well, more attitude, be only there wasn't more. But all the same, near and Yama water today. What they man attitude, a man attitude, so there, into your good area, but them right can be no there, what's it? You need to maintain us. And then 1 hour water, they are also doing everything possible there. Over to Wabo, Badaja, if you just so. One also saw wine when I didn't there. sɛ ɛbɛka biara wɔntie no nso wɔn nso yɛafa yɛn nso yɛafa yɛn ho adwene wɔn nti at the appropriate time wɔbɛte yɛn nka.
Right, if you should apart from the members of Ogum Yekasa, the accessibility of the market, and now we should do something. I want to be to go.
Well, accessibility of the market, to be frank with you, are very poor. Are very, very poor. I think that you're Abra market. Fortunately for us, Nara, you're better. In fact, Montreal, Mezakama, a sub metro. Ma one also obey. Oba market wo be busy jumanti wo ye demarcation simple ebi no ho no ma what the letter am on there won fee places are there wa block one won ko nti oyaza wa ma hon some break kakra there won fee want to be sure there why the same bait na there why you kakra but January ba appear they are going to make sure what the monk of Funina obey you when if you and now secondly so we're also fortunate to get the MCE. Okay. MCE now so a market, also baby access place, and oh yeah, Juma there, Woguda, Yeguda in one we are praying there as early as possible. We want them stakeholders now, or there, what Boyana there enough for me, but or then Calpon also, one also, what banana, Yenny, Nayabuna, Yama, or friend, space over market. The Sunday, some markets, no, they be I am catch there. When mother or hanker or busy with us, we catch her one day, say in case of there, say Ijebito market hanoma. Baby, I have as assembly point in part. Yabakani on for Bayazin. And I say accessibility from market now, outside for Bayazin. O Sunday, Esha, baby, and Coeda, say assembly to Cisia. Can't want to move, fight and don't move market anymore. On to Munko, because I want to be under. And in another road in Ampona, baby, pedestrians who are one answer, no crown, one sumbo, as some more. It's why I imagine that Ija at marketing, Nany power marketing, Nan penny for my main penny for whom, said one hour, ways the damn cacra, Ebia, Ebiwum, or friend and Boframa, Cacrama, womb, no way now, walk out, where I have some notice. About some notice. Some cassava. Hanum, no, there is a problem, but we are trying our best to solve it.
Yeah, my home as a part, able to the eye, Neama, say, no, so to my quarter, you win him a party, Abrogum, Carlon, Carl Quam, Potocraba, way on for Frumpo, no, the Carlin town, when you say, behind the car with my fa. But Bunina, Nara, Banoya necessary, no, was the castle in them, PVP. But in the hour block, why I said it. When you do just when I said that I would put too much of the men's making. I asked me, Mufuno, or that's an so that's I to me, no, a babwa, another two months. A bit to now, dear, who are matching, be to now, dear, who are you have been. They be so on to dear Hunda. I am my brabonum. Into young son and so today. Me interest of our fire service, no more JHS. Aha, no, me a payna, Maka fire service, but the opportunity. Mensa into manka. So at the end, Jamesa to McKay. Nankana the Inbira scam. But maybe I can ask him. Nemo, or be ye. There, ye by Shas was a cardam young, able to die. I'm a from a big Wakotan Gumo. A bisu by a pain, a bisu by a benimpa, a mawina, the sea, and the field of fire, it may say, a church on Punaquim. You have a baby for what a fast of some young man down or that. Okay, what down. So what down when I tell you, man, and then they just top on the tell you, man. First, Eddie, let's see, can we send the earlier education in terms of fire service? As I said, I get the feeling when I'm in JHS. Yes, oh, when they Juma, how they do their work, oh, it is there, but later on, unfortunately, I couldn't get the work done. But so far as I'm part now, or I'm a journalist still now, we are doing the same work. So I'm just asking, it's good for giving the education more to the student at the school, like a word, Kadam Young.
Okay, sure. Like you said, or like I said earlier on, fire service, we have a safety department. and the safety department, we have another department under the safety department,
Okay.
which is education unit.
Oh, okay.
So the education unit, our responsibility is to go around and educate the public.
Okay.
Not only the public, but the schools,
schools.
hospitals, and other institutions on how best to what prevent fires. Because we know we cannot do all the work. Definitely, stakeholders must come in. Even the public, those who we are even protecting, they also have a role to play. So, like I said earlier on, we go around. The education unit, we go around. We don't go to only markets, but we go to various schools to educate them. We write letters to hospitals. We are always there 24/7 educating them. The fire service work, it is not only about there is fire and we'll dispatch the appliance, go and fight the fire. But education to its part, just as we are doing. So at the various schools, we have been doing it and we are still doing it and we will still do it as far as fire prevention is concerned.
Our last advice, you go to a further will close. What is your advice?
Advice to the general public, like
Yes.
Madam said earlier on, when you buy an appliance, try your best and read the instructions before you start using the appliance. Despite the fact that you have a fair idea about it, doesn't mean you can go ahead and start using it. Buy the appliance at least 5 minutes or 6 minutes. Read every instruction on the appliance before you start using it. And the public should take note of our number. If you call 122, it is not only fire service, but it also goes to ambulance. So 192 is fire service. We are always available. Anytime there is dangers, we are available to assist. Thank you.
Right, thank you too. If you share what I do, we'll die what to them, what to look at them. And say, it get to try the Yejuma. And then they say, Jan Tokra Debia, we are in peace. We are natural. Yejuma.
Oh, the fire service, majority now, I don't know more how I ever see but for firefighting, or one aspect of fire service, a doom Japan, one operational man, and I work fire safety.
Okay.
But since you have fire, only thing when I can disease, I first never fire was a conquer. Yeah, trying to general or by Sunday, I conquer. But you would there, yeah, and the man on one. Into yet this year, the fire safety, just to prevent it before it even comes. And see, as I hear you there, bring to bring Nara, your call friend, then broken, your schools, your hospitals. You call banks and no can baby or a public place, we are hotels and no can win a restaurant, and no shops nazi. Oh yeah, our friend then from because of Christmas festivities, now them by your canon. It's even Abra here and Pono. Yeah, our friend program. Yes, mama. It's shop owners, our friend and coastal for the milk of Nina, your pedam on the year when education, fire education, I think the last week a climax of the celebration was Abrahana. Into Oyaza education is in Orokodo. Yeah. Even by this time, where can I catch them young and Sisiano, Yawa, and Bra, even Crampona, nursery for them by office.
Okay.
What by my one how our friend even fire appliances, and Yama will experience the work that we do. And it will surprise you there, but from an okrampo, what about questions I will be so. I said, be penny and it's on point to me, question. And see, they are also coming up. See, I want also, they know what the service entails. And see, they are really coming up in terms of fire safety. But I ever said there, public, Dembra, when our doors are always open 24/7. So be entire simple, bra. And our fire service is on your operation and safety pay. Sometimes, oh yeah, our friend and Dembra boys, our friend, a colleague, or your administrator, your administration, your friend and account, your logistics, your friend, and this time Crampono, your even Crampo medical, your different departments and are all within the fire service. It's operational men they are so mandate on the day work on the way and Erka Obanija and our friend our friend rescuing because operation so fire and so rescuing also part. It's accident BC Obito Burum our friend Lake Binas Obiatoma our friend beads our friend and Lua say will be question will be nifie na no keka. That means the main now I 5 ni ejuma. Enti sir aduna mbe na say you insider. That doesn't mean they other. But there are a lot of work going on within it. And I do also what's wrong with the 5 well but damn na no keka. Yes, or there able. Osande especially with the operational men no. And with them when ejuma the way you sitting into no. Or yeah fight to fire no or yeah emotional work. Because sometimes you know one man or afro e be accident be esi e boko no bi ni tirato o dey ko na ekeyi boko bi ni say twa enwa e ko e dey tum comfort ni pa ko no we a ni no emotional work inti se nyimpa no nara oroba ofifi aba why is stressed up na dem yes na so ko how does the person work inti just to relax their mind that is why sometimes you know wobble the means the them rubber ya relax one mind and in case of emergency oba naturally they are already relaxed and moreover and so no sometimes especially with accidents in and even craft fire see crab fire ya osi wo KJT look at the number of hours and firemen would not want to know fight a fire accident to be see wo he no kwan do it was I think STC and now only accident. Uncle we ankasa. It took fireman 8 hours. What I want to do, what you try, where you call for. So look at the stress, the emotional stress. You pardon the nature. You are one it's rattle. Or there offer one. What if grandpa that's an echo. Echo carry the maid man. Yes, the men's the main one. Ama so or training na or relax in the mind or relax in the body no. Ama why prepared for whatever you're supposed to do. Inti ya kwanya there design the cage on the airport damage. The men's the main no when you say yeah. Even cry kwa brochra or friend and gym na zo ho no mampa. Why yes training and no can but say what you the money and you be it's kakra able to be as a bubble here on any dimension.
Right, Damina pay for to our catcher into a badam as papa. I want to know, I know what to know the Juma. Into what it has Abana or take away, you know. I didn't pay for Mamma's now. No one bought a doomsday Juma. Nephew, which means you onto my website and chatty. What's there? And yet they get to tar, not your way, Juma. Their mum, into say no dorsal. Some of them are don't be a natural walk on name, papa. It's ye na your mamma, the insurance were there. You are some young one in terms of your mamma says, sales from two now. It's a better one I see. Oh, yeah, ADO1 format, as you see, better than papa. About the Mahon, a Jane, a Ben. Na an administrator, our young assistant, Madame Yasan to Susan one. Aha, a very nice down and the front everybody's working. You need your front, your office, no phone, no WhatsApp. Until we all day here, the whole day inside the sun. And I was visiting to Marvin Abdallah, Professor Kwame Nabafi, and we will be able to meet you. And I was CP, Yanda and Wimbra, and Kayaka, not tomorrow. Bye-bye.